Hello everybody, Felipe here with Empowering Home Deals. In this short video, what I wanted to do is I wanted to answer a frequently asked question we get often from our sellers, people that call into our office. And it might be one that you're probably wondering about. So I'll go ahead and address that, and I'll go ahead and also give a real life example just to give you a little bit more context of what this could look like. So the question is, do you pay for all closing costs, and what is covered under those closing costs? And this is a great question because even though it sounds pretty simple, many of the people that call our office aren't in real estate, so it's unclear to them what costs are associated with selling their homes, and so oftentimes they're afraid that they may have to reach into their own pockets to sell their home. So I totally understand the concern. So to address the first question of whether or not we pay for closing costs, the answer to that is yes, we do pay for closing costs. In terms of what is covered under those closing costs and what that really means, that's pretty much that means that we're willing to pay for all closing costs that are associated with transferring the ownership from the seller's name to our own name. So when you go through a title company, which is what we do to make sure that everyone is protected, everything is done legally, these companies charge for their services just like any other company would. So they charge fees to draft and prepare the legal documents that are required to change the ownership of the home. They also charge for filing these documents with local courthouses once the documents have been signed by the seller and the buyer. They also check to make sure that there are no problems with the transfer of ownership from previous people who may have owned the home. And so all of those costs in a typical transaction with a realtor, the seller could be expected to pay for those. But in our case, that's not the case, and we would pay for all of those closing costs. So, as an example, we had a woman, her name is Jennifer. She reached out to us. She did a little research on Google and found us on our website. She liked that we had several testimonials on our site and that we are a local company here in the Houston area. So she decided to give us a call, and she mentioned that she had lost her job and that she was having trouble finding a new one, and that she was almost at a point of not being able to pay her mortgage the following month. And on top of that, she had a few other bills to pay, and that she was pretty much being harassed with collection calls. So she also said she wanted to sell the house, but because she had little equity in the house, she had bought it just a few years back. She had really no money to pay for closing costs, and she couldn't really leverage any of the existing equity on the home. And so at this point in time, she was feeling very overwhelmed and stressed because she did not have the resources to sell her house and prevent her credit from being ruined just by not being able to pay her mortgage and the other bills she had. So because we are a buy houses company that we buy houses as is and we cover all closing costs, we went ahead and set up an appointment with her to take a look at our house. So we did our walkthrough. The house did need some repairs, although they were major. So what we did is that we provided her with a breakdown of our process, and we even discussed a few other options besides going with our company. But at this point in time, she just wanted to get out of the financial pressure she was feeling. And so we were able to get to an offer that allowed her to get out of the difficult situation that she was facing. And so a few weeks later, we closed on her home, and Jennifer did not have to pay for any repairs or any closing cost. And so she thanked us for making the process pretty simple and for allowing her to get out of the difficult situation that she was facing. So I hope this was helpful in kind of addressing that question in terms of whether or not we pay for closing costs and what's all included in those closing costs. And so if you know anyone like Jennifer, please feel free to share this video or have them reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to talk to them and answer any questions that they may have. All right. So thanks for watching, and until next time.